Oh, I love Annalise Nielsen. She's fantastic and she does a great job for us in Washington. She joins us right now from that beautiful part of the world. How are you, Rockstar?
Good. It's been pretty hot this time of year, but I think the real challenge is trying to keep up with all this breaking news. This last week has been just absolutely nuts.
Isn't it amazing? It's like, oh, so remember the bit when Trump was shot? It's like it's incredible, right? Let alone all of these other transitions. But back to that Trump shooting stuff. The Secret Service boss should be sacked. I don't care whether she wants to resign or not. She should be sacked. It's binary. Somebody was able to get a shot off and somebody got a shot that hit a former president. Game over. You're not up to it anymore. Next.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen AOC and Nancy Mace agree on anything. And the fact that they were just all across the board saying, come on, this was such a huge failure. Also, the fact she just didn't have any answers when she was at the hearing yesterday. You know you're walking into that forum. You know how it's going to go. The point of it is to get this information out for the record. Do it. That's your job as well. And then I've seen commentary saying, oh, the person who was head of the Secret Service didn't get sacked after JFK was shot. That was a completely different set of circumstances, also should not have happened. But this one was just so blatant. You had a rooftop within eyesight of Trump, and they hadn't secured it. They get multiple notifications that there's someone on it, and they don't act. They don't have the resources there. And the worst part is it's all the agents on the ground who've been copying this, when really it was a failure of organisation from the top. And Absolutely. You've got people criticising these agents who throw themselves in the path of a bullet. They're as brave as they get.
So let's get to the Kamala of it all, right? I mean, there's an open process and anyone can apply. Oh, surprise, surprise, bang, all fixed, all done. The weirdness of the Joe Biden calling it, pal, let it go. You decided to let it go, so you ain't the star anymore, so you just randomly ringing into press conferences. Feel free to get in front of a camera, all right? But you've obviously noticed, be it social media feeds, personal life, all the rest of it, right? Finally, there's a different option. We kept being told 70% of people want a different option. There's now finally a different option. I think it's a deeply imperfect one. But as somebody who knows how the debate works, right, do you think that we have had this thing where basically the best of Hillary and the best of Obama have been put together in this one person and don't you dare stand in the way of history? Or she's the woman who can't hold on to much staff and doesn't seem to do an amazing job. What's your sense of where we're headed?
Look, my sense of having covered the Iowa caucuses in 2020, if we did have a properly open primary season, if there really was a chance to build momentum and go out to the people, Kamala Harris wouldn't have survived. She didn't survive in 2020. She doesn't know how to do retail politics. And she would have had a lot more scrutiny of her past and her performance as VP. But the one thing we need to look at here is when you look at all these polls, and I know people tell me, oh, I don't believe polls anymore. The polls are wrong. The polls have updated. They've changed. They're a lot more comprehensive in the US, especially where you get an amalgamation of polls. They do show that the one thing all Americans agreed on is they wanted a fresh face. About 80% of voters in polls said that they wanted someone new, and that's when they were being presented a Biden-Trump matchup. So now she's only got a few months. The media is already coming in kind of fawning over her and saying that she's just this revolutionary potential first female president. And she's going to have very little time. We could potentially see Biden stepping down in all this. The fact that he didn't go on camera to make this announcement. And the COVID excuse, I mean, Steve Ricchetti, his personal advisor, was apparently with him when he decided this. So you can have advisors with you, but you can't have a cameraman. It's just, there is something else going on that they're not telling us. And all we know is that they've lied to us up until this point. They kept telling us he was great. They kept telling us cheap fakes. And that was clearly just not true.
100%, right? We all saw him going down the stairs. That was not COVID, all right? Get in front of a camera, but obviously he doesn't want the moment in history and the grab to live forever. Big boy pants, pal. All right, we could talk all night. We'll probably do so via text. In the meantime, the TV bit's over. Thank you, darling. We'll see you very soon.